Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Nurse Momo. During my live session, I had lots of subscribers asking me if you will need a visa from Ireland to UK, and the answer is yes. So in today's video, I'm going to apply for the second time my UK visit visa. So stay tuned as I take you through each and every process. We need to go online and then type at the URL section, or maybe at the Google section, anyone that fits you. So I'll be typing in www.gov.uk. So here we go. Then it's going to redirect us to the main page. So I'm going to scroll downwards, and then we are just going to look for visiting visa. So we have here visas and immigrations. So I'm going to click on visas and immigrations. Also scroll down. So you can later read on all this if you have interest in that. But we are looking for a visit to the UK. So that is the second point. Say visit the UK, visit for tourism, business, or a short stay up to 6 months. Airport transit visas. So this is what we are interested in. So I'm going to click on that and also go down. So it says we should find out more information. Check if you need a visa to UK and ways to visit the UK. So you have different links that you can visit if you have any interest in that. So we are going to look at how we can book for a standard visit. So we are going to click on visit the UK as a standard visitor. So I'm clicking on visit the UK as a standard visitor. Also going to scroll down again. So you have a lot of information here that you can read on. A lot of information that you can read on. But for me, I'm going straight to what I need. So it says you should check if you need a visa to the UK. You can find a link here. And then we have here if you have to apply for a standard visitor visa. So you must apply for a standard visitor visa online here. So I'm going to click on this. And then I'll scroll downwards again. So here we have the visa fees. As you can see on your screen, we have standard visa that is £100 for 6 months, and the standard visa for medical reasons we have £200. That's for 11 months, and we have for academics we have €200 for 12 months, and we have 2 years long-term standard visa that is 376. So this is what I'm interested in because my first visa that I got was for 6 months. So I'll be applying for the 2 years this time around. So we are now going to go ahead and then start our application. So I'm going to select the language that I'll be using, definitely English. And we can now go ahead and then submit. And then we have, it says select a country to provide your biometrics. So I'm in Ireland, so I'm going to type in here Ireland. Scroll downwards to submit. So in Ireland, it says that we should check the TLS contacts who operates the Center for the UK in Ireland here. And then you can also click on this link to find out where you'll be submitting your application. So I already know where I'll be submitting my application, which is just one in Dublin. Even if you are from Galway, definitely be coming down to Dublin to submit your application. So I'll be going down, and then I'll just click that I have identified the location where I will provide my biometric. So I'll just input that here, and then go to next. So we are now going to commence the application. So we have lots of information on how to apply. We also have the biometric information that's also going to be um, provided to you. So I'm just going to go straight to start now. So if you don't have any account, you can now go ahead and then input your email address and then your password as well. Then you can go ahead and submit. Then click on the save and continue. So here we go. Now I have now begun the application. And it says, who does this email belong to? So definitely belongs to me. I'll click on me, save and continue. And then the next question is, do you have another email address? So if yes, you put in yes. If no, you put in no. So I have another email address. So I'm going to put in yes. So if you wish to return to this application later, you just click on return to this application later. And then later, you can just go into your mail. Okay, so you're going to receive a link. So at any time you want to return to your application, you just go through the link in your email just to continue with the application. So I'm going to click on save and continue. And it says add your other email address. So I'm going to add my other email address. I'm going to add nurse momo1 at gmail.com. It says, does this email address belong to? Who does this email address belong to? So it belongs to me. So I'm just going to save and continue. So it says, do you have another email address? That is enough. So now I'll just say no, save and continue. Which email address should we use to contact you with any questions about your application? I'm going to use Otu Lucinda. And which email address should we use to send a decision on your application? I'm going to use my first email address as well, Otu Lucinda. And which email address should we use to communicate with you after your application has been decided? The same application as well. So I'll save and continue again. So I'm going to answer a few questions, okay? So it says provide your telephone number, okay? So I'm going to put in here, it says only include numbers, not for international numbers to include the country code. So I'm just going to input my number and then where do you use this telephone number? So for use whilst in UK, for use whilst out of UK. So I'm going to input my telephone number. Select whether this is your home, mobile or work phone number. So this is my mobile number. I'm going to save and continue as well. It says, do you have another telephone number? That is a no for me. So I'll save and continue. Are you able to be contacted by telephone? It says I can be contacted by telephone call or text messages. I can be contacted by only telephone call, only text messages. So I'm going to pick telephone calls and messages. So I'm going to continue with that as well. So the next question is, in addition to the names provided, are you now or have you ever been known by another name? So it says that you must provide all your names. Example, if you have changed your name after marriage, okay, or you have a different name that you use for professional purpose. So I'm going to put in yes because I changed my name after marriage. And then I'm going to input my full name. So it was Lucinda Momo, and then my surname was Otu. So then I'm going to save and continue. In addition to the names provided, it's also asking if you have a different name again. So I'm just going to put in no because I've already entered my other name. Save that as well. And then move on to the next one. It says, what is your sex as shown in your passport or travel document? So female. What is your relationship status? So I'm married. Then I'll just save this as well. So there are a series of questions that I'm now going to answer. Okay. Hi guys. So I finally completed my step 2, which is the application for me to answer some personal questions. So it's a very long list, and you have to really take your time to make sure that every information that you provide here is it's true. Okay, there should be no mistakes. So I'm done with my questions. So it's more about your personal information, and then we have the next information that will be asking is your address where you've lived in for the past 10 years since you came into Ireland, if you've changed any address, and also your passport details, your personal details, your current status, your employment details as well, your income and expenditure, how much you earn, how much you spend, if you have any savings, all of that will be included. And then you have your planned travel information, when you plan to arrive in UK and when you plan to leave, and your language that you speak. You also have your travel information. As you can see, you also have to put down your spouse or partner details if you are married. If you also have any dependents, children, or anybody depending on you, you have to input that as well. And there is also a section for parents details. So both parents, if your parent is there, there is a section where you have to explain how to input that. And then if you have any family member in the UK, you also have to input that as well. Travel information. Are you traveling in a group or it's just you? You also have accommodation details. Okay. And then you also have the name and the address of the person you wish to stay in, as in where you are going to stay. You also have to input your travel history as well, and then your personal information, any national insurance number, personal information, finance, travel history, all that. You have to fill all that, and also you have to answer some few questions about convictions and other penalties, and also other history. Okay, when you are done with all that, you also have to input employment and also add any other information that you want them to know. You can input that as well. So I'm done with my step 2. So I'm going to move on to the next step. So I'll submit my application now. And now at step 3, which is about documents. So the documents, we have mandatory documents that you need to submit. And then we also have other documents, which includes your evidence of funds available to you, which you are clearly accessible to. Okay. And if you are not a national of the country, so I'm not a national in Ireland, so I need to provide a right of residence. So I'll be adding my residence permits, as I said in the document that I listed, and also invitation from um, the UK based family or friends. So my friend equally gave me an invitation letter, which I already spoke in the list of documents I'll be submitting. So after all that, you now have to submit all of this, and then you can now proceed to make payment. So I'm going to save and then make payment. Sorry, I have to answer this first before I submit to make payments. So I'm clicking to agree that I have all these documents before I submit to make payments. Then we move on to the next stage, which is declaration. Okay. So you need to read all of this to be sure that you understand and agree to everything. Now, when you stay, if you stay in the UK without permission, you can be detained, you can be prosecuted, fined, and imprisoned. You can be removed and banned from returning to the UK. You will not be allowed to work, and you'll not be able to rent a house in England, and all that. So all those information are here. After you are done reading all of that, you can just confirm that you understand and accept these conditions, and then you can now save and proceed to the next stage. So I confirm that the applicant's age is 18 or over. or I am an applicant under age 18. I am with a parent and legal guardian. So if you fall under this category, you can click that. So for me, I'm over 18 years. So I click that. So we have consent. I confirm that I understand and accept all these conditions. So you have to make sure that you've read all those conditions before you proceed. So the next step is for us to now make payments. Okay, so you have all the options here. If you want the visa for 6 months, you have to click 6 months. For 2 years, you click 2 years. For 5 years, you click 5 years. For 10 years, you click 10 years. So I'm actually going for 2 years. My first application was for 6 months. So this time around, I'm going for 2 years. So I'm going to save and then continue. So from there, so my fee is 445 euros in total. And then it says that most people get a decision within 15 working days after attending to their biometrics. Okay, so I'm going to click and continue. Before you continue, you should only move to the next stage if you have checked and answers your answers and you are ready to submit your application. Once you select continue to world pay, you will not be able to return and edit your application. So it's very, very important for you to go through your application before you submit and make sure that every information you have provided is accurate. It's accurate. So I've already done that. So I'll then go ahead and then continue to world pay. So I'll be making payments now. And then after that, I'm going to show you how I'm going to upload my documents. So I've input my bank details. That's that of my my debit card. So I'm going to go ahead and make payments. So we can all see my reference number, my standard visa, and also the amount I'm paying. So I'm going to click on the payment, and then I'll continue to complete the payment. So I have to approve in my bank app and then come back here and then click that I have approved in my app. So it says payment pending. So it's waiting for payment, and then now it says payment successful. So I've successfully made payments for my UK visa application. That is for 2 years. Okay. So I now have to save and then continue to the final task. That is your uploading of your documents. So we are now done with the first part of the application and also made payment. I've now received an email from the UK Visas and Immigration, and I'll show this on my screen. It says that payment successful with the date, my name, and then the type of visa, and it says standard, and the fee paid was 445 euros. Okay, and then after that, it goes further to tell you what to do next. So it says that I should download and print my supporting document checklist, and also I should also go ahead and then book my appointment, which is going to be the next stage. And it says that check if you need to have a tuberculosis test. That's also on the website. Okay. And it says that you can also download a copy of your application form, cancel your application, and get a refund. And it further goes ahead to say change your application. Your application details cannot be changed. If you need to change any of your information, you must submit a new application. So let's move on to the next stage of booking an appointment. Okay guys, so please check out for the part 2 of this video where I'm going to teach you guys how to book an appointment and also how to upload a relevant document. See you all in my next video.